Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday Show. I'm Hammer, and I'm joined by my two favorite Wednesday Show hosts, Terry Diamantis.
Hello.
And Jen T. Maxey.
Hello.
How you doing, Jen?
I'm good. Just
Good.
Little paranoid, because for a second there I thought I was playing in again, and I'm like, no, I muted YouTube. I know I did.
Yeah.
I know I lapsed on Rumble. I'm good.
How you doing, Terry?
I am tired as per usual, but this time it is self-inflicted. I was playing the game and I was like, I could either go to bed or I could keep playing the game, and I chose poorly.
What game are you playing?
Depending on the game on.
What game?
The Amazing American Circus is what it's called. It's
okay.
Basically, you might not be familiar with it, but there's a game called Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire with circus skin is the game that I'm playing. It's like very, very similar to Slay the Spire. They just made it into a circus theme instead of a killing monsters theme.
Gotcha. Before we get started with the topics that we're not going to ever read, why don't we say hello everybody in chat?
That sounds like a plan. So over on Rumble, we've got JB, and scrolling down, we've got Kivadam, Blue-Eyed Scream. I think I keep scrolling. There's Green Badger. Green Badger joined us, and I think that's everyone. Apologies if I missed you.
Jen?
All right. And we start the evening off with a hello, Hammer.
Hello.
And we got a Clippy. Holy shit, we got a Clippy 4271. Hello, Clippy. Hi, Terry. Hi, Cameron. Hi, Blue Eyed Scream 76. Hello, Mike. And that's it.
Yeah. Okay, so apparently Clippy 4271 is JB over on Rumble.
Oh, that's cool. Still.
We'll go over the topics real quick. Got 3 of them for tonight. 600,000. Trump wants to bring in 600,000 Chinese students into our church, and already sighing about.
That's exactly what the U.S. needs, more immigrants. Yes.
Yeah, this is clearly something that everybody's against, not just Democrats, but Republicans as well. Everyone's just like, no, this is wrong. Even people who are 100% Trumpers are like, nope.
But the funny thing is, the only reason the Democrats are against it is because it's Trump doing it. Like, if a Democrat was like, let's bring 600,000 chinks over, like, sure, yeah, make it 1 million.
Probably want to call them Chinese people. One of the other topics, there was a shooter. You guys may not be aware because it happened today in Minneapolis.
No. Happy Gilmore, the shooter McGavin, that happened many years ago. We're all familiar with Judah.
2 dead and 17 injured. A manifesto was found. The shooter killed himself. Shooter was trans, a man who presented as a woman. And then finally, Harris. This is just kind of a little interesting tidbit. The DNC paid off Harris's debt. She had $1.2 million left over from her campaign that she was in debt for.
Oh, God.
The DNC paid it off.
Okay. Are they allowed to do that?
He was a DNC candidate, so...
I mean, as long as it's legal, then like what they do with their money is their business, I suppose. But
I believe it's legal. It's a little shady, but I believe it's legal.
Well, if it's legal, then what they do with their money is their business. It sounds very, very corrupt, but I don't know the details of American politics and political action committees. So who knows?
The only thing I could think of is what are they paying her with? And yet again, Terry's right. Like, if it's their own money, I don't give a shit. If it's taxpayer dollars, fuck no.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's contributions made by people to the DNC.
Well,
so
then,
the DNC has its own purse.
If you donated to the DNC, then the DNC took your money and
so sad for you.
Kamala Harris's debt, then yeah, I mean, you basically got what you paid for. If you support the DNC, you probably support Kamala Harris too.
Well, they did, yeah. So, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
She just didn't. She requested services and had services provided for her. Then she didn't pay. So people who actually provided those services actually got paid. So I guess in a way it's a good thing.
Yeah.
But it
fine.
still seems a little shady to me.
It does. I mean, again, if it's legal, if they're allowed, like there's no laws against doing this, then yeah, their money, their business, do what they want.
So basically, they just paid off a bunch of Hollywood celebrities because all she did was interviews and having celebrities dance and sing for her like puppets.
Well, I think she paid the big celebrities first, and it's the little people now, the caterers and stuff like that, and
people who probably deserve it more. Yeah,
and ballrooms and shit like that. That you just stiff them because they're little people. Who gives a fuck about them?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's, the one that I was expecting, I'm surprised didn't make the list, was Raja Jackson beating the living shit out of that wrestler guy.
Yeah. Monkey covered it in great detail. I was like,
see, I don't watch Monkey, so I didn't know he did that.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't know if I want to. I don't think I'm going to add anything that he didn't already cover. So.
Yeah, but I don't know what Monkey said, so you can say it to me, and I'll think you came up with it.
Or I could just point you to Monkey's stream. Easier.
Yeah, but I'm not going to watch a Monkey stream. That's like 5 hours or something, isn't it?
No, he usually does too.
Okay. Still a long time to be.
It's entertaining because Jack is there. You know, they kind of bounce off each other a little bit, so it's kind of fun.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like Monkey. It's just that I like Monkey's videos more than his live streams. If he started making like 10, 15, 20-minute videos, I would watch them. But yeah, I don't know. I don't watch any live stream that I'm not on, basically.
See, Monkey isn't in the habit of cheating and using his streams to short form his own videos, which is what every other YouTuber does now, because they don't have time to make their videos. So they'll just like start a conversation like how we're doing with topics, and then once they're done with the topic, they'll do an outro and cut it.
Yeah, and make a short out of it.
Yeah.
Apparently, Undoomed does 8-hour streams, which that is a thing. How does anyone do an 8-hour stream?
Without being like a gamer or something? No. And even then, that's like very rare that I'll watch through something like that. Like I did for a buddy because he was trying to get through the Metal Gears to gear up for the new one, and I hadn't watched them. So I made up a game for that game called A Shot for Every Time You Read the Name Kojima.
Yeah.
See, I knew you'd catch that.
I'm not surprised. But where was it? Clippy. Yeah, JB said he enjoys Monk's show. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like Monkey. You know, Monkey's a cool guy. I mean, I'm always happy when he's like a guest on the corner, or when he used to be on Clippers United before he kind of decided that was not for him. No, he's a good guy. I like him. It's just, I don't have 2 hours to listen to him talk. Give me a 20-minute video and I'll watch it. But no, not for 2 hours.
I'm a little bit in my own sense of mourning for Monkey in my own way, and I don't mean mourning in a bad way. It's just I don't know if it's coming from his diabetes. I can't remember the conversation, but he's been losing his eyesight a little bit, so he hasn't been playing games with Satsu as much because I think it's partial vision. Some people are yelling at him in the chat so that he can read their chat.
You do need eyes to play video games for the most part. There's some like blind press who manage to do it without eyes, but for the most part, you do need to see the screen.
It's also a lot of learning. Like Blind Girl did it too, but not everybody is that quick at picking up. She downloaded as many apps as she could, and did as much as she could to keep her online going, so that she, when she lost her vision, she still had something to help her find things. And not everybody at Monkey's age has that learning curve, like I stumble with that. There's every once in a while I find a game where I'm like, oh, I am old person fluffing at it.
I think I'm certainly set in my ways. I sort of expect certain things from video games, and when I don't get them, I don't usually have the patience to like struggle through it. As fuck this, I'll just play something else.
I wish well for Monkey. I don't even want to speak necessarily on his business because I don't know entirely where his stuff is coming from. I just know about diabetes being a link to certain forms of blindness because of Blind Girl. And I only remember some of what she did. Like 2 years is such a long time to have a last conversation with somebody, you know, and her stuff is privated, so I can't even revisit that stuff. But I hope he goes back to playing some games with Satsu. Like some of the stuff he's playing is so simple form that even if you didn't see half of the screen, you'd still be fine. Because I miss the dialogue more than anything.
And Frosted in chat says, luckily my mum's eyesight is fine, so I got a Dance Dance Revolution. So for those that don't know, his mother lost, I think, the bottom of the leg or part of the leg in an accident. So that's why Dance Dance Revolution.
You know, I would love watching somebody with, and I know I'm going to get in trouble saying this, somebody with peg legs doing Dance Dance Revolution would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Even just one. I mean, I'm sure they did. I just never saw it, Terry. I just didn't go to the game centers as much as I should have as a kid.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a lot of people out there with peg legs to begin with. So the chances of seeing someone with a peg leg playing DDR pretty remote. But I'm sure someone somewhere has done it.
Well, they don't really have peg legs anymore. It's more of that. I used to watch some of the Paralympics for the runners because it's interesting. Like I don't know what it's called. Like I don't know. It looks like a spring that they use when they run. I just don't know what it's called. I haven't been able to ask one, you know. But I admire that. I admire people who are like, well, I lost something. I'm still fucking running faster than you, though.
Yeah.
A lot of them do, Terry. They outrun us. That's so sad.
Well, yeah. I mean, outrunning me is not much of an achievement, I've got to say. I am no speedster. I'm a good sitter. I'm a good starer. I can stare at the screen. I'm quite adept at that. Running, no. You can outrun me very easily.
So in Zombie Apocalypse, there's a good chance that you might just be like, accept fate.
Yeah. I probably try and run. I probably get about 50 meters away from the zombie, get puffed out, and then eaten. But, I try.
Athletes are still athletes, even if they're disabled. So even though they don't have a part, everything else about their body is 100% athlete. So, yeah, they're going to certainly have the ability to outclass most sedentary human beings, even if you're not that sedentary. So,
yeah, I know. Literally anyone can outrun me. Is like I'm not fast. I never tried to be fast.
I used to be pretty fast when I was a young man, playing football and stuff like that. But I got heavy and got slow.
See, I never even played video game football. Like that's how unsportsmanlike I am. I don't even play video game football. That's how bad I am at athletics.
I've never played Madden either.
I remember some of the jokes that people would tell Monkey because, when his spine was going, because it's not just diabetes, he's got the spinal problems.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this was Oki or Cryptic or I can't remember who, but it was something like, well, at least you can get down the stairs faster than we can because you fall.
No. Fact check, true.
One of the things that's actually been good news is that I don't remember him falling any time recently. Like
no, he's been pretty good. He's been pretty good. Yeah. Glad to hear that too. Monkey, if you ever watch these, not that you do, but if you ever do, we're glad to hear that you haven't had any. I'm sorry for rehashing old jokes, even though I kind of joke.
Yeah. Frosted says football is boring and gay. Yes, I agree.
It has its moments. There's usually plays at some point in the game that are like the possibility of pulling it off is so infinitesimal, and then when you do, it's kind of like, oh my god, So
yeah,
there was a touchdown pass thrown by Jalen Hurts to Smith in the end zone. The Eagles were already up, and this was to put the game out of range. And what made the throw all that much better was the announcer, of all things. Usually announcers are a pain in the ass. But the announcer says, it looks like Hurts is going to make a move here, maybe even throw the dagger. And sure enough, he caught it, and everyone was like, yeah! And now that play is called the dagger. And everybody knows what it is. Even if you're not an Eagles fan, if you're any other person who watches football, you all know what the play, the dagger, is. There was a play where the running back for the Eagles, Barkley, Saquon Barkley, was running, and he sidestepped one guy, and then he did a 180 spin to get past another guy. And just about as he was going to get tackled, he was facing the wrong way, and he jumped up backwards and cleared the guy who was going to tackle him.
Oh, God.
Everybody knows that play.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, are you kidding me? What? How could you jump for a person that you can't see coming before they got it? What do you got? Eyes in the back of your head? It's just there are times where certain plays. There was I can't remember who they were playing, but it was the Vikings, and they were gonna lose. They were down by 2 points, and there was nothing they could do. They had like maybe 2 plays left they could run before time was out. And the quarterback threw to a guy on the sidelines who was one of their regular receivers, but he was double teamed. And the announcer went crazy. And that's what made that whole play, because he threw it. The guy who was catching, his name was Diggs, Diggs. And he caught it. And I'm going to turn my head away from the microphone because I want you to get an impression of how he sounded. He says, Diggs! On the sidelines, touchdown! That amount of emotion made it that much better, because he should not have caught it. They should not have won. All the odds were against them, and they still did it.
Yeah, I mean, I can obviously appreciate a good comeback story or whatever, but just sitting down and watching a regular game is not going to interest me. Show me the extreme highlight maybe, but that's about it. That's where my interest would end.
It's just a matter of verbiage. I could say double covered instead of double teamed.
Yeah.
But the quarterback is standing behind a guy who's squatting in front of him, and he is putting the back of his hands on the guy's balls.
Yeah.
So there is that. I mean, a lot of time they use a shotgun, so they're nowhere near the center. But yeah. I can understand. There's some things about it that I look at. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, no, not for me. I am not a sportser.
I like football, but I don't like much else. I don't like baseball. I don't like soccer. I don't like hockey. I don't like basketball. I do. Here's something I'll admit to everybody that's kind of like, oh, you shouldn't admit that. I like the women's NBA.
Is it because of the dildos?
It would be easier to like it because of the dildos, but the reason I don't like the NBA is because of the same reason I don't like PvP. It's just a bunch of single guys just showing everybody how big their dick is. It's all posturing. It's all big mouth. It's all trash talk. It's all, I'm fucking better than you. That's the whole league. Every game, every team, every person, they're all like that. The WNBA is not like that. WNBA, there's a lot of skill, and it is a lot more skillful than I thought it was. There's a lot more ball passing. Interesting thing to say in the women's NBA.
Yeah.
There's a lot more ball passing. There's a lot more 3-point plays. When was the last time you made a 3-point play? It's hard.
Literally never. I
It's
don't play
hard.
basketball.
And now they have Caitlin Clark, and she is lifting up the entire Indiana Fever team. So you're seeing Sophie Cunningham, you're seeing Hull, you're seeing Boston, all of these women players who are now better than they were before, even though they were pretty good before. I don't know if Indiana's going to make the playoffs or not. I think they're above average. I think they're like 12-7 or 12-8 or something like that. So they're good. They're not, 20-0. They're not like destroying everybody. But I do enjoy watching the games, especially the highlights.
No, I don't know. The sports is sports to me. Like, I don't want to watch women play it any more than I want to watch men play it. Like I said, like if something like truly remarkable happens, like you're playing golf and you like get a hole in one or something, that's sure I'll look at the highlight, but I'm not going to sit there and watch an entire basketball game, whether it's men or women playing, or like a full 5-day cricket test match is certainly not something that I'm ever going to sit down and watch. Like, no, show me like in 2 minutes the best parts, and then they're like, okay, yeah, that was pretty cool.
There are times, even in women's baseball or women's basketball, where extraordinary things happen. So, like, I watched the Phoenix Sun versus Indiana Fever, which is Caitlin Clark's team against Angel Reese's team. Angel Reese was awful. But Lacey Hull is 6'4", 6'5", blonde, pretty, long blonde hair. And Caitlin was just feeding her the ball. And Lacey made 5 3-points in a row.
Nice.
It's like, holy shit. I don't think I've ever seen that before. And in the same game, Caitlin Clark had a triple-double. Do you know what that is?
6.
A triple-double is at least 10 points scoring, at least 10 rebounds, and at least 10 assists. That's very hard to do.
It sounds it.
In the same game.
Yes. I'm sticking with my answer. I know my maths. The answer is 6.
Yeah. So, yeah, I probably know just as many male NBA stars as I know female WNBA stars. And that's saying something because nobody knows any. I'm sure I'm saying names of people that you guys have no fucking clue what I'm talking about.
I've heard of Caitlin Clark. I've heard that name before.
Yeah,
but
she's
none of the others.
Star.
It's mostly because of the heat she takes from some of the other girls, and even not even all of them.
She's
It's
straight
just like
and she's white, and the entire team for most parts is black and gay.
Yeah, I saw. I think it was Asmongold talking about, like replying to a video talking about the Caitlin Clark thing, and like I forget the statistics. It was something like 70% of the fouls in the WNBA were committed against this one woman. Because like people would just go out of their way
That's
to
Caitlin
like
Clark.
attack her.
That's exactly who it is. Yeah.
And it's like it's
because
like,
she's that good, and people are jealous.
I mean, yeah, obviously, like it goes without saying that.
The thing about Caitlin is
obviously not driven by anything positive. It's just like, yeah, they just don't like that she's good and has the temerity to be white at the same time.
The thing that's good about Caitlin, what makes her stand out, is she's clutch. It's unusual to find clutch players. Kobe was clutch. Jordan was clutch. Dr. J was clutch. Where they were in trouble, he would win it, and that's what she does. The Fever will be behind by, I don't know, 9 points, and Caitlin will sink 3 points in a row and bring them even.
Yeah.
Just like that, kind of deal. Or it's near the end of the game, they're down by 2. She hits a 3-point and wins the game. That's what makes her what she is.
Why did you just score the 3-pointers straight away? Why did she have to leave it to the last minute?
Well, the deal is she's not always on the floor. There's other players.
Well, get rid of them. Clearly, she's the only one that's any good.
Actually, they're all, like I said, because she's turned up the level, the entire team. It's an all boats kind of thing. They all float. So, and the great thing is they have the character of the players has stood out a lot more because of this too. You can see how each player plays their part a certain way. Like Boston's she's a big girl. Boston's a shack. She's in close. She's, bodying other people when she's playing. Kaylin Clark is Q314. I don't know what that means.
He's basically saying cutie pie.
Okay. Sophie Cunningham, another tall blonde, very pretty, big personality, big with the 3 points. Lacey Hull, big with the 3 points. But there's a lot of 2-point players who just get 2 points after 2 points after 2 points and 2 points, and they just keep you in the game. So there's one of the girls is like, I don't know, maybe 5'11" or 6 foot, so relatively small amongst everyone else. But she's so fast that she could be outside the 3-point line and get and just drop in 2 points like it was nothing. Just run around everybody. It's like Speedy Gonzalez. It's just, I can't remember her name. It begins with an M, but I can't remember what it is. So, yeah, I admit it. I kind of like watching the WNBA because it's more of a skill game.
Fine.
I also like women's tennis. Again, more of a skill game. Less of just power. Ace, next point, ace, next point, ace. Okay, I get it. You can hit it 400 miles an hour. All right.
Tennis is another one that, like, I'm not that interested in it. It's like, I can respect the skill involved, but it's not fun for me to watch. I'm just not that excited to watch tennis.
I know the names, but I don't watch it much anymore. Ever since COVID
I used to watch cricket when I was younger, but like
really
not like frequently or anything. But like when I would visit my mum, well, actually living with mum, I think at the time. But like every Boxing Day, there would be a test match between with Australia, and I know some of the players. I remember Shane Warne and Alan Border and Ricky Ponting, and I know some of the Australian cricket players from back then. I couldn't tell you any of them now.
Yeah, I'm not really huge into sports. I like my Eagles, but in general, I'm not huge into sports. But I do know the names of many of the other sports legends, like Dr. J and Jordan and Kobe and there's Shaq. LeBron. I know the names, although I never actually watched them play.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've heard of those names, but like, that's just like I've heard of Tiger Woods, but I don't watch golf.
Yeah.
Like they're just like big enough names that, like, even if you're not interested in the sport, you will have heard of them anyway. Like Serena Williams. I don't watch women's tennis, but I've heard the name Serena Williams.
Yep. Hey, Johnny. Our Tuesday night host is in chat tonight.
Like Roger Federer is the male equivalent. I was like, I don't watch male tennis either, but I've heard of Roger Federer, like everyone has.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm kind of a Djokovic fan between the two of them, but whatever.
Okay.
Because Federer is not American. Well, neither is Djokovic, but
I don't have a preference between them. I just have heard of their names.
Pretty sure Federer lives in France. He's French. And Djokovic lives in the States. I'm pretty sure. Music poll has to go out.
It does. JB says he played soccer when he was a kid. I was forced to play soccer when I was a kid. I did not like it. No. Anything that involves me actually participating in the sport, that's a no. Do not want.
We do not have a W for tonight. It is random. So
You didn't go with Warrant? Come
Nope.
on. She's my cherry pie.
Yeah, what are the other 3 songs I could choose?
Yeah. Well, the only other one by Warrant that I know of is Heaven, which is a good song, but I'm sure I could find 4 songs. It's just no one would have heard of any of them.
All right. Should have the pull up here in just a moment.
Oh, Within Temptation. There you go. That's another great W band you could have done.
No idea. Never heard of them.
Yeah, they're I think Dutch symphonic metal. Good
No.
band, but yeah, no one in chat would be recognizing the songs.
Without going to Dutch symphonic metal, WEDS would probably be a band.
Yeah. Tia says Weird Al. I guess I would have put him under A for Al Yankovic, but I suppose his like band could be considered to be Weird Al, so yeah, it could work.
I did look at them. I did look at them and say, maybe. But basically, you're just playing music from other bands. So
yeah, it's true.
Pull us up, folks.
Oh, he does have original works as well. Not all of it is direct parody. But his best known songs are his parodies. So
Weezer, that's another one. GBO.
And apparently I have to stop liking Within Temptation because Tia has ruined it for me by also liking them.
White Stripes, that's another one.
Yeah, could have done that. I only know one song by them though, the Seven Nation Army.
Let's check and see how the poll is doing. All right, we got some votes all the way around. Good deal. All right. So we talked about Harris and the DNC. I mentioned the shooter. They named him because he's a white guy or a white girl, whatever. So they got his name out there right away. Robin Westman.
I mean, Johnny just said the Who. The Who would have been a good option as well.
That's true. But I think in my listing of artists, it would be under T for the Who.
That makes sense, yeah.
Robin Westman. I assume his dead name is Robert.
Probably. Or maybe his name was always Robin because that's kind of a gender neutral name. You can be
gender neutral.
You can be a male or female Robin. So maybe he didn't even have to change his name, but I don't know.
He attacked a Catholic school while they were in church praying. Killed 2, 17 injured. Manifesto was located, but no details have been released from the manifesto. He died by suicide after he killed everybody. He killed himself.
See, I always think they do it in the wrong order. They should start by killing themselves and then do the rest of the murder spree.
It's a zombie. See a lot of, I don't know if you guys have noticed this yet or not, or if it's something that's happened to you, but from time to time, I'll get shorts on my feed that are military in nature, showing either fighter pilots or something like that. And it's just fighter pilots doing fighter pilot things, usually jets. Sometimes you'll see an A-10 or something like that, but mostly jets. Very few, C-10s or anything like that. And the music playing in the background is Zombie.
The Cranberry song.
Yeah, I believe it is a Cranberry song now that I think about it. But it's been redone by somebody else because now it's a male singer. And
Bad Wolves did a cover of it, I believe.
Bad Wolf?
Bad Wolves. I think that's the name of the band. Yeah, but they did do a cover of it.
It's much more aggressive than the Cranberries. Of course, everything the
Yes,
Cranberries did was pretty much light fare.
yeah.
But the one they're doing is very in line with the video, not in timing, but just in attitude. It's all
Yeah.
these fighters just. Meanwhile, it's like zombie. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, guys, A10
There's
is a jet. The A10 is a jet.
Hmm.
I thought the A10 was turbofans. Maybe the new A10 is a jet, but I thought the old Warthog was two big turbofans on the top of the wings at the back of the fuselage.
It's Johnny in chat is confirming it was Bad Wolves that did the cover.
Yeah, it's a really good cover.
Yeah, it
I
is.
mean, it fits the topic really well. It gets you
There
pumped
was
up.
there is only one channel that I actually watch the shorts for in my YouTube feed, and that is Al Jokes. Al Jokes is hilarious. I prefer his longer videos, but if I see his shorts come up in my YouTube feed, I will still watch occasionally.
No, Green Badger is right. The A-10 is a jet. I just looked it up. Yes, the A-10 Thunderbolt II, also known as the Warthog, is a jet aircraft. It is a twin-engine jet designed for close air support for ground forces and equipped with a powerful 30 millimeter rotary cannon, making it highly effective against tanks and other armored vehicles. 30 millimeter shell is basically the size of a monster. The drink?
Yeah,
that's how big it is. It's like throwing 100 cans of Coke, each one explosive, at a target.
It's gonna be a bit of a mess to clean up.
Have you ever heard an A10 fire?
No.
Well, I don't want to do this in the microphone, but A10 firing sounds like this. Because it fires all of those. It fires hundreds of rounds in a second. It just and it's knocked out like 200 rounds right there. And anything it hits, tanks, doesn't matter. Anything on the ground that it hits, gone. Because each one of those is like a grenade. Throw 100 grenades at something. What happens? It's gone.
Yes, it is. Gunsky is saying he likes the cooking show. That is incorrect. You like the Curiosity Show. The Curiosity Show is a science program from the 70s on Australian TV. Watch that instead. Much better. It's
Anyways.
Yes.
I am not the military person. We would have to have Skep on for the military person.
Yeah, I'm not that interested in the military side of things. Like, I'm glad that they're there. I'm glad that they're keeping the country safe.
You're glad our military is here.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'm not the kind of person who plays Call of Duty or Battlefield or anything like that. That's outside my wheelhouse.
I do like war movies, though. There's very few war movies that I don't like. Everything from Bandit Brothers, Heartbreak Ridge, Maverick, Top Gun Maverick, all of them war movies. I mean, they're not really even war movies. They're confrontation kind of movies. I really don't know of any ones I don't like.
Fair enough.
They all seem to be pretty well written.
That's just sort of not for me. I've never been something that I've been that interested in. I don't know. It's kind of like westerns. Like, my dad really likes westerns. I could never get interested in westerns. There's just some things that just fall straight through me. I can't get into them.
If they're written well enough, I'll enjoy. Like, I loved Tombstone.
Okay.
Johnny, you act like somebody just walked over your grave.
I don't mind the war stories. I actually prefer. I kind of prefer them for the most part. It's just like all things. I don't trust new genre to not fib on things. especially when it comes to war stories, you know, because like I know sometimes the story is written by the victor, but lately the people writing shit are like, we just don't like you because you're,
Yeah.
you know, a certain demographic. I just like history to like, it doesn't have to be perfect for a movie. Like, that's just not realistic at this time. But I don't like when they flat out lie.
Yeah.
Six asks, do you remember the Project UFO from the 70s and 80s? Not really. I learned about it later, after, like, maybe, I don't know, in the 90s when it was off the TV. But I don't, not at the time. I was never really much of watching television. I love movies, but I really didn't watch much television. If it wasn't Star Trek, I basically wasn't watching TV.
Fair enough. I used to watch TV. Obviously, not anymore. Video games have supplanted it. But back when I was under the rule of my parents and could not just play video games whenever the hell I wanted to, yes, TV was the primary form of entertainment that I didn't need permission to engage in.
So basically, you can thank Frosted for your other outlet for entertainment because he gives you movies.
Yeah, I mean,
well, it doesn't give you, but like, you know, as you watch.
Yeah, he shows them.
By the way,
no, I like the bad movies. They're definitely interesting some of the time, but my only problem is it gets too crowded. I don't like crowds and having like 10 people in a voice call all watching the same movie, talking to and over each other.
You and my dad would get along. The last time he went to go see a movie was MASH because he was like, the theater is what makes it suck.
Used to watch that on TV.
Yeah.
Ellen Alda. That was good.
I think the last time I went to like the actual cinema was this movie called Troy with Eric Bana in it. And I only went because my dad wanted to see it. And was like, sure, I'll go with you. It wasn't very good. It was like fine. It was just like the story of Achilles from Greek mythology. I think Brad Pitt was in it.
Green Badger says, if you haven't watched Generation Kill, you should check it out if you like war stories. I do like war stories. There aren't many war stories I don't like, but there are ones that I prefer over the others because it seems like in some war movies, they're not really portraying war. They're portraying the difficulties that the men had in a very realistic way. Like Platoon showed drug use. There was the one where the Kyle shot himself in the head after losing his brains, shooting the drill instructor. I can't remember what movie that was. There are some war movies that I'm like, yeah, I watched them and they were good. Wouldn't watch them again, but I can watch Maverick 30 times and not blink.
Jeez.
Because it's an uplifting. It's generally an uplifting story, and it's a bit of a love story. Maverick was better than the original Top Gun in the sense that it's a more complete movie, because I mean, everyone will say they're both gay. I mean, a general yelling about how he didn't like what someone did and using the term "I want someone's ass." Little gay. We know what he means. He wants to kick someone's ass. He wants to beat him up, but not a very good term to use. But I think that Maverick was more of a well-rounded story. I think that by comparison, the original Top Gun looks a little patchy by comparison. So
you just reminded me of Pirate Software. Where he's like, "Eat my entire ass."
Okay.
I kind of wish that Canada had done more of the war movies. Like, I know we have somewhere where there are collabs with the US and stuff, but I was always kind of like, is the reason you're not doing that because of a fear of confession? Because that's kind of why I want to watch them.
Yeah. I think the only war-themed entertainment I've actually enjoyed was season 4 of Blackadder, which was set in World War One. And
Yeah,
even that's my least favorite of the 4 seasons of Blackadder. But I mean, I did still enjoy it.
It's one of those ones where they managed to give you a few chuckles for what was a really serious topic at the end. Like, it was like, how did you get me laughing and then crying? And they're just really good acters.
Yeah, it did make me cry.
I don't expect
TV's
that
not going to
from
make me cry, but it was entertaining. Like, it was funny and sad at the same time. It was like the same way that MASH could be funny and sad at different times. It's like, it's good at what it does.
Okay, for those who want to participate in the poll, now is the time, because I'm going to end it here in a few moments.
Yep, I think there's a clear winner, so it'll probably take a lot of votes to change that, but get your votes in all the same.
Time for number 2.
Yes, there is. And
yay.
Gunsky says sod cancer. Short and to the point.
Oh. Oof.
And 40% voted for Magic Carpet Ride, so quite a convincing win.
Yep. I'm going to go ahead and get everything prepped for the end of the show instead of fumbling at the last moment.
Fair enough. Yeah, so I feel vindicated because Thierry's saying that Blackadder 4 was his favorite, so that tells me that I'm right to not like it as much as the other 3. But no, I think season 2 and season 3 were kind of like the best, and then season 1 was weird but kind of enjoyable, and then season 4 was like, it's still Blackadder, it's still good, but it wasn't as good as the other 3.
Wasn't there a sci-fi-ish TV show on Hulu or something like that called Black Mirror?
I believe so. I've never seen it, but I've heard of it.
It was kind of like a modern-day version of what was that show that had the we're now in control of your TV. Don't try to turn the channel.
Was that I'm blanking on the name, but yeah, I know the outer something, the Outer Limit. The
Yeah, it was either the Outer Limits or there was another one that competed with the Outer Limits that I'm thinking of.
Because yeah, I think it was the Outer Limit, but I don't remember. It's been a very long time.
I'm sure somebody in chat will come up with it, but they were 2 similar TV shows. Outer Limits was one of them, and there was another one. Oh, Twilight Zone. There you go.
Well, it definitely wasn't Twilight Zone.
Yeah, got it.
Well, see, I thought of the Twilight Zone, but I thought that's so obvious that everyone would know that didn't start with "Do not adjust your set."
I didn't get it, but yeah, from what I understand, it was like a modern day reinterpretation of the Twilight Zone and Outer Limits, where things were not as you expected them to be, and small things would turn into these huge problems that became scientific in nature. Like this girl had a relationship with a guy, and while she was dating another guy, and he found out about it, and they had the opportunity to get rid of memories, but she saved that memory and played it from time to time. And he was jealous that she kept the memory. And then she tried to hide it from him, that she was keeping the memory and playing it. And then she deleted the memory. And he was like, I don't care. You're done. It was kind of like a contemporary pull on something, you know.
I do like the twist endings, even if like some of them are a bit too telegraphed. But the show was like from 1960, so I guess they've become so cliche that they're now obvious, but were probably not back then.
I don't remember which one it was, if it was the Twilight Zone or if it was Outer Limits. Oh, the Dark Side. Remember the Dark Side too. I don't remember which one it was, but there were the only thing I can remember about it was there were a bunch of doctors operating on a patient, and they're talking about how terribly ugly the patient was and how they were going to fix her and fix her and fix her and fix her, and no matter what they did, they
That was the Twilight Zone.
That's the Twilight Zone, and she came up and at the end, and they revealed her, and she was beautiful, and all the doctors were ugly.
Yeah,
that was a nice twist.
That was the Twilight Zone.
And there was one with Shatner too, where he was seeing a guy out in the wing of the aircraft.
That was also the Twilight Zone. Yeah, that's
is that Twilight Zone too?
Yep.
And then you're leading into the Jonathan Frakes quotes, and
yeah.
That's hazardous if you know this community, Hammer.
What show was it that he kept on coming up with all those memeable quotes? What was the name of the show?
I thought it was Twilight Zone.
Was it?
Yeah, it was random.
Which one? The one with Jonathan Frakes, you mean?
Yeah.
I forget the name of it, but it was something like Believe It or Not. It's like fact or fiction or something along those lines, where like they would tell you the story and you had to guess whether it was real or if it was something that they made up.
It was funny.
Yeah, it's just him and a bunch of endings saying never happened, not true.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. It's really funny.
I forget the name of the show, but it's something like fact or fiction or something, or yeah, I'm blanking on what it could be. No, but yeah, it's that's where the Jonathan Frakes meme comes from.
My sense of watching TV was Mary Tyler Moore, the Jeffersons. Yeah, that's when I watched TV when I was a kid. When it gets up to stuff like Seinfeld and stuff like that, I'm not watching TV anymore. I never watched Friends.
You didn't miss much. Like people like Friends. It certainly got a reputation, but I always thought it was kind of safe. I mean, I always preferred Seinfeld because Friends just kind of seemed like it was doing what all other sitcoms were doing. It didn't really seem that different. I don't know why it was the one that became such a hit.
Maybe because of the personalities.
Was unique, I guess. But like Seinfeld was unique. Like there was nothing like Seinfeld on TV at the time. Yeah. And so that's why like that stood out. But I don't know why Friends took off, because Friends was just standard sitcom as it just managed to hit for whatever reason.
Yeah, Seinfeld was a success because Jerry Seinfeld. He's a comedian and a really good one. So he could write some really good stuff, and it was always going to be entertaining.
I'm actually going to say I think Seinfeld was good because of Larry David more than it was good because of Seinfeld.
I just wish I had more talent with like. I wanna take some of those Jonathan Frakes quotes and then get ChatGPT to sing it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just don't know how they do that. Like I'm sure I can find a good quantity of his decent quotes and then just type them in myself and be like, can you just sing that to me? And then I make a little video out of it and be like, here you go.
I never really exercised ChatGPT. You know, a lot of people do a lot of stuff with it. I've never really pushed it to do anything. My limits are, draw me a picture of this, or tell me about this medication. Very boring stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I never say, oh, I want to create a movie.
No. I use Grok because I'm already on Twitter. So, like, why would I go all the way to a different website like ChatGPT when I could just click on the Grok tab and type?
Oh, Grok works fine too. Like, I mean, I just say ChatGPT because it's kind of a plural for some form of AI.
I'm just saying I've never used it because like Grok is right there. I'm on Twitter all the time, so if I need an AI, I'll just use Grok.
I mean, I do that frequently too because it is right there. It is a little bit easy to access, but I think I have a freebie for Windows.
Just look at AI as a super search engine. It's like
I mean that's basically it.
It's like Google on steroids, you know.
It's basically the next stage of search engine. It's like when I was like because I play a game called Smash Up, and it's like you take two different factions and like you combine their decks. It's like I would ask Grok, like, what is a good partner faction for the dinosaurs? And like technically, I could just put the same query into Google or whatever, but just get Grok to just scrape the internet for me and come up with a list rather than me going to various sites trying to find answers. You know,
Grok is very good at summarizing.
Yes.
It's also not that I necessarily believe Grok or AI over any other thing. It's more of just when you understand who's implementing the information into those, it is a who do I trust, you know? And I don't know that I trust Elon's people any more than anybody else's. I think they're pretty legit though, because like if you research anything that they put up there, they're legit. But that's kind of like Wikipedia. You know, a lot of people on Wikipedia do decent articles on the stuff that they're talking about. And then you've got people who are like, yeah, Japan had a black samurai. Totally from a, one page that doesn't say anything like that at all.
Are you going to be racist and suggest that they didn't?
It's kind of like that, Jack. Like it's don't trust anybody, do your own research. But if when you do your research, you realize that, well, okay, a lot of times they've been telling the truth, I give them a little bit more clout.
No, for me, I think it's the same with like a Google search. It's like you don't just blindly trust whatever results it spits at you. You just like, okay, it is saying this. Does that make sense for a start? And if it doesn't make sense, then you find a different source of information. If it does make sense, then you can like, okay, do I care enough to verify it? And if you do, maybe you'll find out it's like 80% accurate and not 100.
I'm also talking about using it as a tool. Like I wasn't really using it to source information. Yeah. I just think the sing-along text has been amazing for a lot of things. So I'm like, oh, what can I apply that to? Jonathan Frakes quotes, absolutely.
My experience isn't someone suing because an AI told their son how to commit suicide. If you are so bad that you need the AI to tell you how to commit suicide, oh God, we don't need you.
That's a parent failure.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a lot of that lately. Like, don't get me wrong, I do believe that, like, when you find stuff, like, on a big site like Roblox, which is a no bueno, yeah, do something about it when you find it. Don't rely on sites to protect your kids. Protect your fucking kids. There are so many tools online to keep your kids out of sites that you don't want them on, and you should know where they're going.
No, I stand by what I said on Adam's stream. Like, if you want to be a pedophile, you become a teacher or a priest. That's it. Those are your options.
But yeah, no, I think the parents do have a little bit of an obligation to do more when it comes to the internet on their own. And yeah. I am old school on that one because, well, yeah, my parents did too. Like, my dad was in the room with me when I was on the internet. There's no way in hell he didn't know things that weren't on there. At best, I had the odd time where I would be looking for anime, and anime did sometimes have links that would send you to stuff that had nothing to do with anime. Kind of like when you did research. And I'd be like, I'm sorry, Dad, it did take me to a link where I was like, holy shit, penis. Click off, you know?
Yeah.
But that shows up on your search engine. So, you know,
right.
But I wasn't searching it. You know, it's not in the I'm looking up penis search engine. So there's a difference there.
Yeah. Anyone who's used the internet knows that porn is always one wrong click away.
But it's been a long time since then. You know, in all honesty, the child protections on the internet, they're all there. You can set them up. And yes, kids are clever, but come on, they're not that.
I don't think kids are clever. I think the kids are dumb, but they just know how to use technology.
I think some of it is laziness on the parents' part. Like, if you're You know, like, yeah.
And
I think we're going to nip the conversation on child porn in the bud here. It
yeah,
is
probably a good idea.
It is 10 bells. So
It is.
unless you guys have something else, we can get out of here.
I await my magic carpet ride.
Yes.
Okay. Well, the version I'm going to play is a little different, but it is the same song more or less.
Unacceptable. I demand Steppenwolf.
It is Steppenwolf. It's just a remix.
Okay.
Something a little different. Thanks, fam, as always, for chatting with us tonight. If you can't wait for the next Wednesday show, remember, the Minions are live every evening except Thursday, with most shows starting at 11:30 p.m. Eastern, 6 days a week. Most of the start times are linked in the description down below. Don't forget about the Rumble pre-show. That stream will start generally a half an hour before YouTube, where we get to say whatever the fuck we want and play music. We will be back next Wednesday at 9 p.m. as usual. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and we'll see you again next week. Have a great night, everybody.
Have a good one, guys.